Hi, y'all. So we've been talking about the importance of emotional awareness. And today I want to talk to you a little bit more about not just becoming aware of our emotions, because that is definitely the first step. We cannot change what we're not aware of, right? And so we want to be able to become aware of not just our emotions, but also the stories that we're telling ourselves, because emotions come from our thoughts. Emotions are thoughts in motion. That's kind of how you want to think about that. And so in order to change your emotions, you have to change your thoughts. And a lot of times we're not even aware of our thoughts. And so I just want to encourage you to take the time to notice the next time that you're feeling kind of crummy, notice what it is that you're thinking about. So you might say, oh, I just feel horrible right now. And I don't know why I'm feeling so horrible. Like, why am I feeling like this? And you'll start to beat yourself up maybe, or you just might ignore it. I don't really know what your kind of go-to is, but instead of going to that, like brushing it off feeling, I want you to ask yourself, what was I thinking about prior to this feeling? And I think that will start to help you become more aware of the story that you're telling yourself, because the stories that we tell ourselves are the lives that we create. If you want to change your life, tell yourself a more empowering story. And I don't mean lie to yourself. I just mean that there's at any given moment, you can determine the meaning that you're assigning to whatever circumstances are happening in that moment. And it's the meaning that you attribute to what's happening that actually determines your life. Because somebody can have the exact same circumstance and they will assign a different meaning to it. And that's why you see some people that come from the most horrific upbringings and come from the most horrific past and challenges, and they have been able to look at them as challenges to grow and to become more and to become better and to give back and to live a life of purpose and passion. And then you see people who take those same circumstances and use it as an excuse to just be a horrific person and to become a victim and to allow their lives to no longer be in their control. And this is all just about what meaning they've attributed to the circumstances that they found themselves in. And we cannot always control, and I tell my kids this all the time, we cannot control the circumstances that happen to us. This is sometimes what's outside of our control, is how other people treat us, how other people are, but we can always control how we react and the meaning that we assign to what just happened. Okay, so you can start teaching your kids now to be non-judgmental of circumstances, to be able to step back and say, you know what, whatever that person's doing has nothing to do with me. That is their, that's their own stuff, and that's their own life that they're living out, and that's their own growth that they are trying to come up from. And so that's an important thing, to be able to bring that awareness to kids too, because I think a lot of times we take on too much of other people's stuff, especially if your kid is an empath or naturally empathetic. That can be something that they struggle with a lot. So just be able to determine what's coming from us and what's not coming from us. And this brings up a whole nother subject about triggers, and we will talk about that next week, because triggers are a really important thing to be able to become aware of when we're acting out of being triggered or acting out of our own self. And so we'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a really good week. Bye.